Hello everyone, my name is Andy Wu, a member of the Department of Computer Science at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Hi, my name is Jen Romero, and I am also a member of the Computer Science Department at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Today we're going to present an examination of artificial intelligence and its current and future prospects. As an overview of this presentation, we will talk about what artificial intelligence actually is, its modern uses such as facial recognition, virtual assistants, marketing, and robotics. Finally, we will talk about the social implications of artificial intelligence. So, what is artificial intelligence? When people think about artificial intelligence, they might think about almost human like robots. But most of the time, in modern society, most people use artificial intelligence in their day to day life. Traditionally, people tried to make artificial intelligence similar to how humans think. The problem with that is it's very hard to replicate how the human mind works, such as reasoning. So, modern AI tries to complete a task using any means. And what that means is instead of thinking like a human, it starts to think like a machine, which is what machine learning is, which it uses data to predict future data and it improves on that until it gets to how it wants. Some examples of this are Deep Blue, which is a chess robot, and Watson, which is a Jeopardy, which does Jeopardy. So some modern uses of AI are facial recognition, virtual assistants, marketing, and robots.
Facial recognition is one of the technologies being used in the current modern era. The software is being used from private businesses, airports, the government, and education. How this technology works is it first detects your face, then it analyzes your features and cross-references it to other photos within the database. It converts this process to a mathematical formula, and lastly, it will cross-reference the database again to find a match. This technology is actually already in the hands of many average consumers in the form of unlocking phones with Face IDs. And more official channels of use would include law enforcement, in which it is used to track down criminals, and airport and border security, in which security is paramount and can be tightened. Several concerns have been raised about privacy and security within this technology, however. To begin with, increased tracking in these public spaces can be an infringement on our Fourth Amendment rights, as we should not be under surveillance without good reason, and such tracking can lead to self-censorship, quelling our First Amendment rights as well. The American Civil Liberties Union, otherwise known as the ACLU, has actually already recognized the software as an issue and a potential threat to our rights. The biggest concern is that for these technologies to function, it requires a serious amount of data to be read from. Hundreds of thousands of images of faces must be fed to the algorithm, mostly coming from the internet without any sort of consent.
Most modern devices have some sort of virtual assistant embedded within it. Virtual assistants such as Siri, Alexa, and Cortana have seen more commonplace usage in modern day. They allow for convenient and hands-free commands, such as asking for directions, getting the weather, reading the news, controlling household appliances such as the lights, and calling and texting, among others. They can make predictions based on your own data and patterns. So if you tend to buy something regularly, they can pick up on it and make that suggestion to buy it again. And they might be able to discern voices so that eventually they will only pick up your voice and not anyone else's. However, there are privacy concerns concerning virtual assistants. Some tend to have always on recording because you activate it with your voice, so they're always listening to that command. This can lead to unwanted data collection, such as the story where just modern conversations lead to targeted advertising from the Alexa. And this has a potential for abuse. Since that virtual assistants require lots of data traveling over large distances, it has the possibility to get collected, and it might be able to like synthesize a voice just using that voice data that is collected. And with that voice data, you can probably execute unwanted commands using anyone else's virtual assistant to control their own household appliances and others. AI is also used for targeted advertisements. Lots of websites have a lot of data collection, and most of it is being sold to advertising firms in order to get a proper target on their advertising. So, your phone location, your web surfing trends, it's all being tracked by these companies in order to get the traits of several groups of people. So if you go to the gym a lot, an AI can pick up on that, and you might get ads for pre-workout or protein powder and other types of workout gear. Advertising firms tend to benefit from this exposure because it's guaranteeing that their ads will get views, but the consumers might not benefit as much because they might get sick of getting targeted ads all the time, and it might lead to them just end up blocking it, which isn't as good for the companies, but the advertisers already have the money, so it doesn't really matter for them.
AI is also present in robotics in various forms. Many people don't realize that they have actually encountered robots already in their daily life. One common example of a simple robot is the Roomba. Roombas have several sensors that change how the vacuums make decisions. This automation helps the average person in their day-to-day life. A more sophisticated and advanced robot would be Sophia. Sophia has seen international renown by attending several conferences and talk shows, some even talking about artificial intelligence and robotics and their place in society. She can make several realistic human facial features and begs the question, how far can humanity go with robotics and AI? So what are the social implications from the increasing use of AI? To begin with, the use of AI is bringing about more safety and security through technologies like facial recognition, automation, and aid to daily life through robots like Roombas and virtual assistants. Companies are also seeing use through targeted advertising and marketing. However, there are also detriments to the increased use. Since this is a new technology without much precedent, the risk of misuse is high. Privacy and surveillance issues have already become a topic of discussion. Such technologies will definitely require more regulation. As artificial intelligence becomes more and more developed, we'll definitely move towards a more automated society, where machines can do the jobs and tasks that are menial and mundane labor. The possibility also exists for sentient AI, where even better aid can be provided, or the science fiction-esque fears that many have from Hollywood films, in which we are taken over by AI. But that's a bridge we have yet to cross as we develop this technology. To conclude, artificial intelligence will pave the way for the future. It's already seeing use in several sectors, such as marketing and assistive technologies, privacy and security, and algorithms and databases. AI is not only the future of technology, but it is in the here and now, and its enormous impact can already be felt.